I'm Julie. I'm a product designer here, and I'm excited to show you more of what we will be releasing. Before that, let me go through and give you some background. When you have a well-performing model on Hyperscience, it'll save you a lot of time. One of the things we've heard is that it's difficult to get to that model because of small inconsistencies. A model can only ever be as good as the data used to train it. Unfortunately, data is also the biggest bottleneck to implementing ML solutions due to time-consuming process for labeling training data. Also, without having a technical background, it can be hard to ensure that you have a representative data set. In this release, we are going to be bringing the ground truth lifecycle into one place, which will now allow us to upload and label data in the same place, the training data manager. From there, you will be able to analyze your documents you've just uploaded, and Hyperscience will give you guidance on creating a representative data set for those specific use cases, which in turn will help you optimize model performance. Furthermore, you will be able to filter and view these documents in groups of similar looking documents to help avoid inconsistencies in those different document variations. Lastly, automatic suggestions for annotating will appear after as few as 2 or 3 documents, which helps speed up the data labeling process without compromising your accuracy. One of the valuable things about Hyperscience is we don't just have a generic out-of-the-box models that are just okay. We allow you to annotate on your own docs to get models that are optimized for your specific use cases. And once trained, these models will also be able to infer on documents it has never seen before. So let's imagine you are ready to create one of those specific use case models. As you can see here, you have already uploaded some documents into the training data manager. In this case of this webinar, we're going to be using some invoices. As mentioned earlier, the training data manager is now a one-stop shop for your ground truth that provide the highest level of model automation. As you can see, you can now upload documents here directly. Furthermore, with this upload existing feature, you don't have to lose automation between instances of this model because you can move the annotated data between your lower level and higher level production environments. To start, we're going to analyze your training data. In other words, check for areas of improvement for that training data. This helps make sure that you can label documents as efficient as possible and still with consistency, which in turn provides the best data set possible, all without having to have that technical background. This process only takes a couple of minutes. However, for the sake of this webinar, only being a couple minute demo, I'm going to switch over to a tab where it's already been run. What you can see once this analysis is complete is that these documents are now separated into different groups of different data. Now you can see where Hyperscience provides different recommendations for improving your document representation of your training data. The recommendations for adding documents make sure that your model sees all it expects to be fed, helping lead to better automation down the line. The recommendations for excess documents helps you be more efficient with your time by speeding up the data labeling process. You can see now that these documents have groups associated with them. These groups are similar looking documents. If we go into one of these groups, you can see it filters down to that group itself, allowing you to focus on one group at a time, helping you keep context and track of the label locations easier. So you can see we already have some documents annotated. And if we go on to the next document, we can see this one is not annotated yet. However, if we want to help speed up the process, we can turn on suggestions. Here, a blurred region will pop up where it'll suggest where that location is. As you can see, as you go through these different locations, some will point out locations that might have been harder to find. This is going to help you not have to focus and peruse the different documents as hard. So you can go through quickly and be able to annotate and speed up the process quicker. We're going to go look at another set of these groups. If we go into the similar group, we'll go into group 2, and you can see these documents here look very different than the invoices we were just looking at. But with these suggestions, we're still able to quickly go through and annotate these different documents. we can see that while they might be different from the other group we just saw, they're fairly similar to each other. So as a business user with no technical knowledge, you can get to a high level of automation within just a couple hours. We're hoping that we can help you quickly create the best model possible for your different use cases.